like I said, I like this game. I really like how they try to put them together, because honestly, Layton in time period, I always feel like Layton takes place a little bit further behind from the Ace Attorney series, so it was really strange to see high-tech stuff in a Layton universe, you know what I mean? And Layton universe seems kind of steampunkish, like, back in the days kind of thing, you know what I mean? It would be great actually to get like Great Ace Attorney crossed over with Layton though, but I think the Meiji area is a little bit too far back from Layton, but not too much differences between them compared to like having modern Ace Attorney characters with Layton characters. Oh, there's more.
You know, Professor, I feel like I've just finished reading a really long story.
Me too!
Indeed, Luke. I know what you mean. It certainly was an enthralling adventure.
I wonder how Espella and the others back in Labyrinthia are getting on. I'd love to go back and see them. Although, I'd rather not have to be sucked into a book to get there.
Perhaps we should ask Carmine to come along with us.
Great! It's a real relief he recovered from all of his injuries. But he was a bit put out when he found out you'd already solved all the town's secrets, Professor.
Well, we mustn't forget that we didn't solve them all by ourselves. We couldn't have done it without the help of our friends across the Atlantic.
I wonder what they're doing right now. Battling away in a courtroom somewhere?
I'd wager they may well be, Luke. At any rate, we must make our own preparations. There's a brand new case that requires our attention, and that means a brand new set of puzzles to be solved, my boy.
Cute. I completely forgot these cutscenes were happening, too.
Hold it! What's the matter, Wright? Has the cat got your tongue? Or are you still in a holiday kind of mood? Perhaps your mind is as clouded as the English sky.
Any hints, Maya?
Not really. If only the professor were here. I think at this point you've got to use that patented spell of yours, Nick.
Patented spell?
Hello, Earth to Nick. Just when we think it's all over, you always use it to turn the tables.
Ah, got it. I just have to close my eyes and say the magic word. Luckily, I don't need a witch's scepter for this one.
Save the chit-chat for later, right? I've almost missed that utterly annoying spell of yours. Fine, let's hear it then.
Just take a deep breath and give it all you've got.
Well, here goes.
Objection!
Well, I thought they were gonna tell me to go talk in the mic too while I'm at it! Yeah! Edgeworth's voice, by the way, is also the same person who voices Barnum. I thought you might want to know about that. Not so great voices for Edgeworth, but whatever, he just kind of cameoed for a second. Anyway, I totally forgot that cutscene was happening before everything was over, so it's probably a good thing I didn't just cut it in the other video so you guys can all see that. Anyway, great game! I'm really happy for it, at the same time I'm really frustrated with it. I've played both Layton and Ace Attorney games, so I can really enjoy this one a lot, but my problems with Layton games also showed in this game too, and as I said in the last video, I don't like Layton conclusions very much, at all. They seem too far out there for me, and they might seem too far out for you if you're coming from an Ace Attorney background, especially since Layton basically kinda stole the show towards the end of the game, really. So like I said, it's more or less a Layton game with Ace Attorney aspects to it. But I think you guys should all check it out anyway. It's still a really great game, it's still really fun. The trial sections do tend to take a while, but that's mostly because you are interrogating more witnesses than normal. And it can get a little frustrating at times and really long. But I think the actual trials themselves are actually pretty fun, and they're pretty difficult. They're pretty up there in difficulty. compare to the Layton puzzles, which are kind of toned down quite a bit. Because I know I'm not a fan of puzzles. I never was. I only picked up the Layton game just so I get a better understanding of the Layton series before I picked up this game. But puzzles were never my thing, and even I found them easy enough that I don't usually use a guide, except for maybe like 1 or 2 towards the end, where I just math, what is that? I don't understand. My other issues with this is just Barnum and also Luke. They sort of just kind of disappeared towards the end. Like, you saw Luke come in with Layton in the trial, and nothing happens. You don't see Luke, and then suddenly you see Luke in a later cutscene. And poor Barnum, who played such a big role earlier on in the game, he just kind of stuck in prison, I know that, but I feel like he should have been present when the reveal happened, because he should know. He doesn't need to be finding this out off screen. And what other things I gotta say about this game? There's obviously some controversial issues about the actual, how this town came to be. Let's just face it. The idea of just brainwashing people and just taking part of an experiment, despite them having the consent to do so, that would never fly off the pages. And I think that's what really started to slowly turn me off towards the end of this game, because I gotta be honest, it would have been really cool if it really was a magical book, because then get them being sucked into Labyrinthia be their own universe, so then the whole, like, time difference discrepancy between Ace Attorney and Layton wouldn't be so jarring in a sense. But I guess you can just take it as an alternate universe where they're both existing at the same time. That works too. But honestly, I was all over the whole magic thing, and I would have been totally okay if magic was still a thing and this was really a magical book, and they all left back into their timeline kind of thing. It's been great. I mean, Eve being an actual cat, that'd be so awesome. And I don't know, the reveal was kind of anticlimactic and a bit of a letdown, but I think maybe it's because I come from a Layton, but having played Layton games, it's just like, okay, I've seen this already, and it just never shocks me or surprised me. But emotionally, oh my god, the two friends, I can't, it still upsets me to this, like, going through it again. I mean, it's so cute. Those little, I just love the character actions, all of it. All the character actions in this game is great, and they really amped up the emotions in this. You see, well, quote unquote, death in somewhat an Ace Attorney game. That's something, right? But yeah, that's my opinions. I think there might have been more that I wanted to say about this, but that's generally everything I gotta say about this game. Love it. Please check it out. Please support. It's not by Capcom, it's still level 5, but still, please send your support. We want more Layton games, and fuck the mobile game. I know this is actually the end of the story, but there's actually some extra chapters that I can look into doing after this one. They're basically just little mini episodes that you get weekly, and I plan to go through those too, before, you know, I'm completely done with this series. But story-wise, it's all done. I'm done. I can now focus back on Ace Attorney investigations, and that's gonna be fun. Hopefully, in the future, I'll be able to do great Ace Attorney. That's what I'm looking forward to. Localize that shit, Capcom! So I'll see you guys in the next Let's Play. See you then!